Morning, morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Bread for Soul Convos with myself, Sir LSG. And firstly, thank you so much for joining us, for watching the show, and I really do appreciate it. And like for me, the main reason for doing this show is just to share our knowledge and experiences with one another so that aspiring artists or somebody who's in the music industry can have a better outlook at their own careers and make better plans with their own careers, and no one should really fail based on lack of information or lack of knowledge, and rather if you're failing in your career it should either be circumstances were just not meant to be, or you've got a lack of drive, but not because you are lacking information. And we've got so many artists, so many legendary figures in South Africa. Many of them are not that celebrated as much as they should be, and you know one of them, I'm honored to be sitting this morning with one of them, the legendary THEBE LENYORA. Or I am brag. Okonangud.
Yeah.
Hey Tada, Fede, how are you? THEBE.
So, bro,
Yeah. Nigere fella Oshapo, how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
No, kishapo, bra. Like Spanish Saha home fetu along the years, like the Pinazoli Dirling, you did a lot of hit songs, and I just learned that you studied sound engineering, but many people don't know that you started out as a DJ, and we'll get into that. But ke batla go botsa something with regards to the South African music industry. Ne? For somebody who's done so many hits, do you feel that you are given the respect that you deserve?
I guess that's relative, though. But in terms of the support that I get from the people in relation to my work, what I've done, I think I'm doing all right. Like the respect is there, but I mean, maybe respect is a broad word, But let me put it this way: the support is there.
Yeah. And Namfeto, kore, like hold ka music wa gago, like I remember when I was in standard 6, ne, and standard
Hey,
6, standard 6 or standard 5, o no setso o released say Bula Boot, and that was
yeah.
like after you've done like Bofili and so many other hit songs. And for me to be chatting to you like this, it's really like heartwarming for me, Wabon. But if you can just track a bit with regards to your career, ne? I know that your father was a musician. What are some of your earliest memories of music growing up?
Apart from the cliched one, church and whatever, but that's not where my inspiration came from. But my real love for music started when I was up with Michael Jackson, where I had a music book and you write down the lyrics, and I was a break dancer and to practice the moves with Michael Jackson. But I never thought I would make that up into a career. But then when I went to high school, I mean, I did that from when I went to high school. I went to Mabas High School. Then there was a music group. So we go there, me and my friends, CD so mama, and just mess around with the equipment there. And then got it disco, and we started DJing, got it disco, the socials, I go school, and towards my matric year, that's when I thought, maybe I could. But back then, when we were searching for careers, there was no way sound engineer. So I did television sound engineering, just not music, but
Yeah.
I wanted to be behind the scenes. I didn't really think I'd be in the forefront because, here we are today. But let me tell you a funny story. You know how when you started, you were in standard 5. You know what blows me away sometimes? We go pick and play or go checkers. mme fela motho o bona fela no Thebetsena ke le ngwana yang o simolola like what? Make me feel so old, man. I'm not.
No, I think it's just because you started quite early, because like not many
Yeah.
artists actually started Baluko High School, one especially with music. And
And it's been like 26 years now.
yo, and it's a journey and a half. It's definitely a
I
journey.
know.
It's a lifetime for some people. But how did you get into? Did you become a DJ before you went to study sound engineering?
No. I started sound engineering first in Jersey. Then I went back to marketing, to try and do internships, looking for job, go Pop TV, go PR, what again? Pop TV, BRS, whatnot,
Yeah.
because that's the space I knew. Go Josie negative SABC and didn't seem so fun. But so once I did home again, I started teaching.
Sure.
And once I was teaching, I used to stay with Bruce, go Pop Fest. So
This is Bruce
Bruce
Sibichone. Yeah.
So Bruce had a keyboard. So you would make these beats, in G or whatever. So in my DJing space, there'll be chants that people chant, Machitago Univo or
Mhm.
so the one time I got a Bruce, I want to DJ go Babatsan. Or there was a place they called Bonanza Bar.
Sure.
So on those do these beats and then let me add this chant or then it is on. And that's where the first album started. That's exactly how it is.
What was
Nothing was changed.
what was the first song? What was the first song that you recorded on? Do you
It will
remember?
Bruce.
Sorry?
I don't remember the title on the album, but it will Bruce.
Oh yeah, sure. And that
So
that song, Leon, on its own, like for people baba kuma fikeng ko buputa tswana ne post buputa tswana 94. That was like a smash hit, and I still remember it. Mara ne ke le nqozi wa ntlhaloga. So ke batla go understand that, like, at that time the kind of writing, where was it just like ononagana fela gore e mara puso e wele, and then we jump on ka e wele
not,
puso?
not even at that time, even still now, I rap about my observations and experiences. And my thinking is somewhere out there, my observations and my experiences are relatable. But sometimes I just talk shit, DJ, just for entertainment.
For sure. I've heard so many great things about Maftown, especially during those times, like now post 94, even pre 94, but like just generally Mafikeng. As I was growing up in Nago Kokasi, I always
Oh
heard
man.
stories. Some like apparently that was the hub.
But we can never Hollywood. I mean, a lot of people who are prominent in the entertainment industry, most of them, like 70% of them, started Gomafike. And the party scene that time, and the party scene was huge.
Yeah.
So even when I was in high school, I was school, and you think, I want to live this life.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Sure. And ke utlwile ba re at some point o kile wa spana ko Edgar's. Is it true?
Yes. You know the word champi life. Champi life is one from my experiences in Edgar's. Helen is the other brother, never Charlie. He has passed on now. May his soul rest in peace. So now Charlie, so the guy who was the manager at the time, I forget his name. He was a friend of ours. So I know I got discounts to get clothes there, but we have to work there. And then that party something, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. So basically, go Edgar's. Never regular groove. We went there and get clothes, get discount. And then we get paid. We always get paid like 250 rands each. Like we would work the Saturdays there.
Sure.
How to chase that? It's 25 clip.
Hey. Let's for a
Buy
discount.
Jack Daniels, appetizer, whatever. So we used to call that temporary life.
Yeah.
Life.
Oh, okay. No, that
So
makes
we can go, whatever, series. Next.
Sure. Where I heard this story, Sahao, Sir Edgar's is from a friend of mine, and I've got a voice note from him that I wanna play to you, and then we can carry on with our conversation.
So LSG, I remember a couple of years ago, I think I was still in high school. My brother went to see THEBE. Then Onabereka go Edgar's, I think, if I remember correctly. And then the discussion then was around the DJ competition that they had, I think maybe the previous weekend, where THEBE won the competition and my brother Matlere came in second. So I'm still curious to know who were the other DJs at that competition and what was so unique the set that he prepared for the DJ competition. Yeah, so that's my question. Sharp.
So like that DJ competition we need and like need to or yeah, as a DJ.
Okay, firstly that DJ competition. I'm kidding. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But the DJs that were competing, it was me, Q, Matlere, Top Dog. I forget the other guys who were there. Oh.
Yeah.
But this was a sound system, yeah.
Sure.
So if Nekisa win it, I was gonna take my
competition. Yeah,
the reason I think the reason I won is because they were just playing. They were just playing the music, you know. But I had the tape that was Christmas and so I picked up the mic. And while I was playing, then I went on stage and did what I do today, unbeknownst, you know. I think that's how I got the crowd.
Oh yeah, and just before it was like because you mentioned DJ Q.
And that title still stands. The title still stays.
Yeah, it still stays. You won it. And because you mentioned DJ Q, like Lene, he's somebody that I've heard so many stories about him. Apparently, at that time, Q was literally one of the best DJs in the country. You know, like apparently, like what I've heard, stories about Oskido coming to fetch him by Minating Asansana Lugos Gela at the time.
Yeah.
What do you remember about him, like during about those times especially?
I taught you how to CJ. And then he started teaching me stuff. You know?
Sure.
And it didn't take him long to get to the point where he was. I think it was just in him. You know, because we had I don't know what to call it, boom box of sort, very violent, you know. Every boxing when a turntable comes and the mixer in the middle. So every time after school he would come and, you know, let me play, we would practice and then a friend of his bought this SL1200, you know, and then that's where Q took off, you know. Plus, he take guru yana. This is still another one. Somebody very kiss you. You know the thing. Run this
yeah.
The way for very quiet anybody.
Sure.
And he started scratching but what happened? Yeah. No, Q was bad.
Yes.
Still is.
Yeah. No, big up to DJ Q, you know, like definitely one of our legends, Kumafiking. And so how did you then get, or when Ali Brucey, because fella, how did you guys take your music now to be recognized by Kalawa or Oskido?
There's a story. We did a demo tape, right? And then Rafael happened on Wednesday. Gemini. That's why we check Gemini on Christos. Basically, we wanted to work with Christos. Before Christos was killing us because I used to buy vinyls, go groove records. So I could see the vinyls thing with Christos. So we took the demo to Christos. As Panale Brawi. So I remember when I gave the demo to Brawi, you know. But I think maybe they didn't listen to it, or they didn't, or maybe they was understanding the kind of music they were doing, because they were playing house, and there was this new genre coming in. The only group that was out there was Boom Shaka. After Boom Shaka, then it was LM Deluxe. LM Deluxe was Nduli. What again? MM Deluxe. Nduli
Manja speak area.
Yeah, but look at the sort of house-ish kind of music, you know? Well, little now we thought, what we're doing is house.
Yeah.
Which I guess it is anyway.
No, it is.
So,
it is.
Yeah. So we gave the demo to Brauli Christos and went back to Mafike. Nothing came of it. Then this one time, Oskido was playing Bonanza. And I played before him. You know? And then I played, I think, 4 tracks. Those tracks have already, they current section. This is really jive, is that you know, all that stuff. So I played before Oskido. And I played those tracks. And the crowd went, man, Oskido, who's this? I'm like, no, wait there, me and Bruce did it, whatever. He says, no, man, I want to play to my partner, Tonaka, and Josie, whatever. No, by all means, like, take it. Then he took the tape, he went back to Josie. The very next day, he came, I remember it was the 14th of February, 1990. Was it 1996? 96, 97.
Sure. Hey, Nkare, I'm losing you a bit. Well, it seems to have stuck. Okay. So we seem to have lost Thebe. Man, we need to get on with this interview. I think network ya but man, there's so many stories that we need to hear, guys. Like, this cannot be happening. Internet, not today. Yes. Let me ask him to log on again. Okay, yeah. No, you back. Cool. Yeah. So that was 96.
So the very next day, Oskido came back. You know, says, dude, I played this to Tonlaga and we have to release this. We want to work on this, whatever.
Yeah.
I packed my bags immediately. So Bruce, because maybe Valentine's Day, you had to
Sure.
And then I went back with Oskido, and he followed like 2 days later. And then we recorded, I think, 2 extra songs. And then what happened on that demo tape is Don Laga just mixed, you know, do the final mixing and mastering, but nothing was changed on the demo that we submitted. And that was the first album, Tempe Life.
Yes. And what an album, bruh. So from there, you went on to record many hits for Kalawa. Like, is there any particular one for you especially that surprised you of how well it got received, especially nationally? I mean, like, how look Mafikeng, and at the time, as much as Mafikeng was a big city in its own way, like Mafikeng, people don't know that Mafikeng was the first place go nna le di-casino in the whole of South Africa, you know, like, so the party life, the kind of lifestyle that Mufftown had, already you could live ko Mafikeng and be a superstar, you know. Bob Mabena, they were superstars already by then. But then,
of course,
moving to Johannesburg and recording with Kalawa, is there any like song that blew you away as to how well it was received?
Funny enough, Philly. You know,
Yeah.
Philly was my first hit. You know, and being a first album, it was slow in picking up, but I think in 10 months it sold like 25,000 copies. You know, and I'm new to this thing, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what, and I'm like, what? You know, and I'm even getting paid so much for this.
Yeah.
Just doing it. I knew I wanted to do it, but far, you know, when you get into music, and especially back then, you didn't know a lot of people that made a living on music. So I thought I was doing it. I wanted to get into I just wanted to be close to him so I could play his beats.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And then this thing turned out to be a career. And when the song sold 25,000 copies, I was like, whoa.
Wow.
You know? Couldn't believe it. And then we went on to do the remix version. Oh no, the remix version and the first version, those are the ones that were counted to be 25,000 because I think people didn't understand the counting that we're doing. But anyway, Philly.
Yeah, this is not happening, guys. Hey, no, we keep on losing THEBE. Yes. Okay, I think we're gonna have to wait it out. You know, this is gonna keep on happening. I assume. Let me not say negative stuff, but yeah, like so many stories. I don't know. Like, if I could ask anybody to ask, if you have any questions that you would like to ask THEBE, I just look on the different pages that we are cross-posting from, whether you are on the Best Beats page or you are on Hit Refresh page or you're watching on my page. Yeah, let me know if you do have any questions that you would like to ask him. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait. I don't have any performance to play in the meantime, or do I? Nah. Anyway, yeah, let me know, guys, if you do have any questions whatsoever you wanna ask the legendary THEBE. Please do. I'm hoping that he's gonna be able to log on sooner than later. Let me give him a call. Yeah, what's up? WhatsApp call is not going through. Let's get this.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, okay. I'm not. I mean, internet, you know, like these things do happen. Yeah. So, you know, like now I'm really amazed for it. As an artist, I mean, we don't really realize it when we are going after our dreams that they can actually come through. Sometimes we go about our dreams because you know, like we love music, so I'm gonna go after this thing, but we don't actually picture it happening, and secondly, we don't know what to expect. Yes, exactly. So in terms of Zagane, at that time, like, what were some of the checks that you were getting, like, for example, publishing or big gigs that you were doing at the time?
You mean the figures or the checks, what they were?
No, just the figures, like in general, the biggest ones.
Let's start with my lowest one.
Okay, yeah.
My first performance gig was 1,000.
When was this?
Yeah, but because I I think five or six gigs lined up like that. So it ended up being like 8,000 rands or whatever, which I thought was a lot from zero, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the next year, exactly 12 months later, for the same gig, I was charging like 10,000 rand.
Eh.
You
1K.
know? So, see, things that change or whatever. And then, after the first royalty check, I think it was about 50,000 rand,
Eh.
you know, for the first court or whatever.
Sure.
Dude, I didn't believe it. Applause on it.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Eh. Ne o kgona ho nkutlwa wena?
And I can hear you, but you look free there. But
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah. But at that time, you know, I only knew that I'm getting a royalty check, 80 cents, lead performances. You know, I didn't know about publishing. I didn't know about this. I think 2 albums or 3 albums in is only when I found out I was supposed to get publishing. I was supposed to get
eh.
Samro, after, you know. But no one teaches you that unless you. I was like, there was a guy called Peter Murray who used to work for Samro. He's the one who called me and prostitute. He says, hey, guys, do you know about Samro? Samro, who's Samro? No, you guys have got your money sitting here, whatever. Okay, but Peter, you know?
Yeah.
He called me about Samro, the publishing that works there and whatever. And then I found out about the other publishing check that you're supposed to get, you know, from a record company. You know, is I think I heard someone talk about it. You know, when there's publishing that happens, then so I asked the guys, publishing, what is that? Oh, publishing also. Even I should check, yeah.
And I'm sure if you know about no gas we won in it.
I don't know. I don't want to say that.
Okay, like
with 3 albums in.
Yes, three albums in, and so this money must have been stacked up right now. So new way kibukai, how it went?
It was over 100.
And at the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I bought my first car.
Nice. Yes. No, so we'll get to talk about like, cause I want to ask you about lessons Sanyokwa one because I recently met with you a few months ago, and I was happy to see you, you know, because we've seen a lot of artists, Bragane, like who have made it to stardom, who are our icons, and then, you know, a few years later down the line, you see artists like going out of their way, you know, like either, you know, moto what it was is it always, let me ask this question actually, when artists like let me say how the artist diwa in terms of nyoko, is it always lack of discipline as much as it's painted in the media, or are there other factors?
You know, it's human nature, you know, and our industry, you know, if I'm use loosely like this, it's easy money. It looks like easy money. You know, you think you can blow it today, you'll get it next week, you get another gig, or you know the royalties are coming whenever, you know, someone is paying off, you know. You get reckless like that. And we differ as people, so I was lucky. I had a partner, my wife Tioka. She's screwed on right up here. So she was my first of reason, hey, who, you know? And then we got married and you start having responsibilities, you have kids, you have a household. I think that's what helped me, having responsibilities, because when I didn't have responsibilities, I didn't know what I'm Nigga fell on THEBE like.
Ka 100,000, Yes, man, as well. And I think actually
Yeah.
sometimes like at some point in our lives we need to experience that life, how we just to be reckless enough, but as you grow older, I think we need to make conscious decisions about what we want for our future, and for the future of those people that we care about. Ke boele mo music because I've always viewed your music as house music, and especially soulful house, because collaboration ya gago le Bruce, the music, it came through that like this is a soulful sounding music, but
Yeah.
but you've used in a lot of your songs, you've used a lot of profanity, like no rohana like, and actually, when I think about it, I remember 2 years ago when Amapiano was starting to blow up, and I'm thinking, yeah, bana ba ba rohana ba, wa ntlhaloganya. But like, also, yeah, but
Let me explain myself.
no, Emma, before we explain it, because is it because I know that South Africans in general, the reason ba resonate le amapiano, especially like the pina tse di rileng, is because we like it. Sister Bettina is what it is because rata di tlhapanyana tsa teng wa ntlhaloganya ke lifestyle nyana e rileng. Were you doing that consciously, or maybe let me say rather explain your story?
Look, or at that time, it was when Snoop and Dre and all those guys came out, and I was a big fan. Still am a big fan, And those guys told it like it is, in English, So I figured, and those things were the things that maybe we chant them, go club or then we say, let's record it, But we have all of the people say, then Oskila said, man, let's go ahead, let's do it. He was lazy, and then Don't Like is the one who say, guys, come. Like, there's a lot of songs that we toned down, Don't Like I was there as the voice of reason, saying the guys, Because we said, let's put it out there, let's see, let's try, But the main thing that we did was a play on words. I was never found that as the piano songs are, straight, but I would use words that are ambiguous, that's suit, Like playing words like "goo." You decide what I mean. you know what I mean? I would. You know what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't say it, pa.
Yeah.
I would play on the words and then like whoever ball,
Yeah.
It's a vague word, but you would decide what I'm trying to do, and you would think what I maybe want. So it was
sure. And what's the other song that I was listening to, some of them were.
And people.
Yeah, sorry to cut you. Let me let you talk.
And people like bait on that,
Yeah.
So like, so this works. This people get people talking.
I mean, like that. Yeah, Sister Bettina. What do I end up with? Like anyway, that it's like it's a more way.
The song Sister, if you listen to the song Sister Bettina, like 60% or 70% of the songs he calls those are my songs.
Yeah, get me now. They will not look credit. This was about guy the royalty. And one of my favorite songs, Saha.
Let me tell you a story about that.
Yeah.
I used to hate that song, when it came out.
Which one, Sister Bettina?
I hated Sister Bettina with a passion. Not that it's not a good song. I hated it for the fact that he used 70% of my songs, and it was bigger than my music. That made me so mad, but hey. That was then, man.
Yeah. And well, Nigerke Hobotaka, well, my favorite song of it's Modipinen Saha. One of my favorites, ke Groover's Prayer, because I like the production. Zonke's voice comes through, and your artistry on it comes through in the song. And I do have to ask though, like, were you singing about at the time that lifestyle? Were you living that lifestyle? Yeah, gore,
Oh,
yeah.
must. Yeah, I mean, actually, I even now, I mean, also, I try not to be bored. I mean, it's going on. I love, I love a good time, like anybody else did. But just now you do it responsibly, But that track, Google creates, like I tell you, it's thing about experiences and observations, But yeah, and it's one of my favorite songs as well.
Yeah, that one.
Bruce sampled Bach or Beethoven on that track.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's really like Bruce. I think is one of
That's
the
how
people.
deep this guy.
Give back something. One of the people back something give a for the show, because I think he also has this wealth of knowledge, like from over the years, and if you could point us to a point, like take us to a point where you had the biggest song in the country, like at the time where like the biggest song was really the biggest song, you were the biggest artist. What was happening in terms of gigs? Like how were you traveling? Ke batla go tlhaloganya fela like the feeling of, because most people don't actually even know, how it feels to have just one hit, but you've had countless of hits. How does that feel, like that period in your life?
Yeah, it was a period, the Ungawakum period. Ungawakum and on the album Lenyora. I remember those two albums, like, when I was hectically busy, So I still past life. It's a past life.
Sure.
It's a very caravan,
Yeah.
And you do like 6 to 8 gigs in a weekend.
Sure.
I think that's why the song Kruger's Prayer came in, because we would do a gig in Mafikeng, from Mafikeng go to Nelspruit, go, be on the road so much, and then you realize someone gets in an accident and you miss being in an accident, and then after a while, after you've done all that traveling or whatever, then you realize, I've been lucky, like the amount of time I spend on the road and the conditions and whatever. Sometimes there are riots at the events, and sometimes they're just general scuffles about whatever, alcohol, Then you realize how lucky you are to be there. But the dough was good.
As well. And after so
like
many,
right now,
yeah.
I spent.
So Runur, right now?
No, right now I spent like 4 months now without a gig. This is the first time in 20 years that I spent like a month or two without working, and it's
yes, man, this thing is fair, this thing is fair, man. But I want to ask you about this fact, even after so many hits, and you've never won a summer award. Like you've been nominated, and the time Yano Matemba once. And like, and at that time, even that time when you got nominated, I'm sure a lot of people were like, okay, obviously now THEBE has to win the award, and then you don't win the award. Has this ever disturbed you before?
No. I dealt with it long time ago, and I don't know, maybe Kala was because if you realize, at one stage Kala was the biggest label, you know. And the only people who won awards for Kalawa was Professor, I think Pongo Muffin, and Mafikizo. Only. So it didn't get to me because no one was winning awards for Kalawa.
Yeah.
You know, at some stage, I think we even boycotted this time of Kalawa, like, we stopped submitting because, you know, what the fuck.
Yeah.
But I dealt with it a long time ago, the awards thing, because, you know, like I said, the support of the people is award enough. I always say, to me, that's award enough. You know? And I always tell artists when I'm nominated, get excited. I mean, the other day, I did a tag with somebody, Mulatempola. That was the biggest tag in the country at the time. He was nominated for a sum or whatever. He was excited. He was shocked when I get it. I'm like, dude, don't be so sure. Trust me, it doesn't work that way. And the song didn't win. So, see, you never know how this works.
Yes, yeah. And hey, didn't you the award getting a bitter taste sometimes, you know, when you see, I mean, just for example, last year, Matorokis, you know, that lady wako Limpopo, Makadzi, you know, she had one of the biggest songs. There's another guy, Master KG, just across the country, you know, their songs were huge, but those people are not nominated for awards, you know, so the validity of nomination at the awards, it has gotten a bit like, well, it's been like that, you know, let's just be honest.
We don't know the criteria, how it works. Like, I still, till today, I don't know how it works, you know?
But
because I don't think it's based on popularity and sales, which I think it should. I don't know.
And I want to ask you about the album like, out of all of those 12 albums, which are your favorites? Which are like, or which is, do you even have a favorite, like, or all of them just debonsa different aspects of your life or different times?
All of them are different era and space in my career. And look, our motto or our working space Bruce, if it's not getting released. And Harira, we don't care what you say. We like the song, it's on the album. That's it. Whether when I like it or not, but somebody out there will like it because we trust our process and, you know, the things that we put out. We feel somebody will catch on to it. So the songs that we put on the album, we have faith.
Yeah. And let me ask you about difficult moments, because I think sometimes we think as aspiring artists, once I get to a certain level as an artist, you know, I'm gonna get so much money, all of my life, everything will be perfect. And I've grown to learn that's not the case with everyone, none of us actually. What have been some of your most difficult moments?
I mean, I've tried to do this, you know, throughout my career. When I started getting some money, you know, luckily I got people around me who could advise, you know, invested in something else that will put in another stream of income, you know, that's not just the music or whatever. So I used to have clubs and whatnot. But they came with their share of problems as businesses, you know. But, you know, everybody goes on the up and down. And the biggest downturn of income is when you release a new album. When people like the old album and you release a new album, it's like you're a new artist.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, let's hear. What's this? You know, then you have to start from scratch, convince them that it's good and work on it and promote it and whatnot. And it gets frustrating because in your head you think, you guys, you know me, it's me, man.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes the style of music in the country, there's a time when there's a transition, it changes, you know, from kwaito to hip hop to boom, from boom to jazz to piano, you know. During that transition, those are the most difficult times because you're not sure, do I follow or do I stick to my style or what do I do? And you know, so and then that's where the money slows down because people are moving on to the new thing or whatever, and you're confused as well, and then maybe you break and trying to think what to do, and it's not easy as people think it is. Talent alone is not.
It's not. No, it's
There's
not.
a big part of it is luck. I believe a big part of it is luck. And then when you're lucky, the talent and the drive will help you.
Yeah, no. Hey, yeah, no, we really, bro. Because sometimes, if you like, that's why it explains why you would have some musicians by blind. We know this person is a dope artist. Madilo hadibereki, man. You know, like things are just not coming together, and you see artists who are not as good as the person. You know, and then you know they are
Artists who did the thing just because now he hates affair. That's what I'm saying. Luck has a lot to do with because the formula. No one has the formula of how this works. I cannot advise someone or how get us. But I can advise them for passion. You know, my dad once told me, do what you love with the utmost passion and respect, and the money will follow. You know, put your heart and your life out there. You know, but if you do it for money, it will frustrate you. It will fucking kill you. I tell you.
Especially as I guys are saying, you know, if you do it for money and you go ahead,
yeah. But when you do it for passion, those are people keep putting out. I mean, my figures are as a man, fourth or fifth album. You know, but the passion, you just keep putting work out there, and if you believe in your stuff, and then I believe you're making it.
Yeah.
But don't think it because Nilisha finally high five, go studio, oh, man, yeah, then yeah, Papa. Go look, not.
We're still here to test it, yeah. And most artists, like I said, most artists would dream of having at least a hit song at some point, once or twice. But you've done it more than that. You've done it more than 10 times, you know, of having hit songs. As an artist, how can you advise an artist to prepare for a big break? So like I get Raspano, like we're hustling and we're trying to get by, we're trying to grow our careers. At some point, if we are lucky enough, if we are fortunate enough, those our efforts did result in us, you know, being the artists that we thought we would be, or even bigger. So how can somebody prepare themselves for the big time?
I saw something the other day by Dr. Dre. He said, work hard to get what you want, yeah, or work twice as hard to maintain it. You know, getting a big break, it's not as difficult as maintaining a big break. You know, so my advice is always when you're making music. Okay, that's what let me tell you about what I do. When you make music I make music for even 5 years, someone can be able to listen to that music. You know, that's how me and Bruce and all the other producers that I work with, we do music. You know, so I prepare for the big break. Prepare for the big break, and the big break. Don't think about boom, because that's not boom and then it will settle.
Yeah.
So think about how will you maintain that, and how I think I managed to do that is to stick to me. I did THEBE all the time. Like every time I do a track or I do music or I get featured, I do THEBE on the track. I don't try and follow or a mama like delivery or always do you. Even from beats, from whatever, because if I try and follow bottom part.
Yeah.
This style someone that's what they do. Go piano,
Sure.
So stick to your field, your genre, what you're correct, what you do. Then the following that you had, you won't lose it. Also, if we had that following, they will, as long as you don't give them shit, give them good music.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, as well. And so ke batla go botsa ka di performance because like your energy on stage is amazing even to date, So ke batla go botsa if you were when you become 100 years old and you just sitting on your deathbed about performances, do you have memories of some of your best performances where you like the ones that may come to mind right now more like he like I was on point?
Okay, I try to do that every time I go on stage. So if you don't like what I do, but remember the Golden Tones series, Benson and Golden Tones. And let me put it this way: in terms of performance, you feed off the crowd. I cannot say not personally, but when I get there, the crowd pushes you, and you push back, you give back. So I can talk about gigs that were huge, and I felt like, whoa, what was that? B&H Golden Tones, Sony Summer Sounds, and whatever. But recently we did a gig called Delicious, Delicious, the Kalawa 25.
Yeah.
Oh, that was something else. It was the first time I got overwhelmed on stage. Like after my set, Sergei never going on. What was that?
Yeah.
But not because of quality, because of the energy that I got from the crowd. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo. And I mean, like, I'm sad that I missed that gig because blind, and I was meant to be working with Ralph Gam because he was performing as well with his band. And last year, I was sick. Yeah, I missed out. But like I'm more glad that I'm healthy, more than anything.
It's more important again.
Yeah, definitely. So next. So ke batla go botsa ka family like before actually, let me ask you about family because you said that your wife was one of the people by they groundile, when you got married, when you started having family. Just tell me about how family can carry you through times where the world doesn't see THEBE only certain issues, like it's only you and your family. How does family play a role in that part of your life? Hello?
It's family, man. It's your safe space. It's your sane space. Kuntum Kikata, I get it. Okay, THEBE is my real name, but I'm just using it as a stage name. When you're home, our LSG.
Yeah.
It's where you are you and your vulnerabilities and whatever, and you're not judged. Whether child or not, they're just happy you're there, and then one of the reasons, like when you're out there, when you think, I have to go back to those people. You start thinking about them, all your decisions, all your moves, they are based on protecting them, you know. And I guess that's how it grounds you. You mustn't disappoint. You mustn't disappoint those people. They mustn't see you as a fucker. You must work hard because they're doing this for them. So you see, having them molds the kind of adult that you become.
Ke a utlwa bra. Out of the chomi tsa gago tsotlhe tse godileng le tsone ne whether from Mafikeng or wherever, who are some of the people ba e leng gore ha ba ka ntsha diphiri mo ba ka go rekisa?
Okay, you're gonna have to repeat that. I didn't.
Oh, sorry.
Who are
Yeah,
some of the people?
yeah. Can you get it? Who are some of your friends ne ba e leng gore godile le bone ba e leng gore ha ba ka ntsha diphiri tsa gago ba ka go rekisa?
Look, no, the brother who was in Leona, I'm still friends with them. I'm still best friends with them now. Like, Baker, Matere, Tikiso, Channel Passport. Those are guys I grew up with from high school, like, come here. But you know, as you grow, you make other friends and whatever. But those are the guys that I'm really, really close with, and you know.
Yeah.
But, hey, brother. I'm not a bad person.
I'm not saying you're bad. No.
I'm trying to get something here.
No. Let me tell you why ke go botsa. Let me tell you why ke go botsa. Okay, let me let you talk.
But the brother, we get up to stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess all of them.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be interviewed.
No, Esvar. No. The reason you go botsa there's another friend of yours who's one of your close friends who sent a voice note just in closing before Tswala. Like it's Hamike Pit, and then we will wrap it up.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Katlego Matsaunyane, also known as Matlere. I'm Thebe's friend. We've been friends for over 26 years. You know what basically brought us together was the love for music. We used to DJ together back in the day, and we used to rock the parties back then. And I count myself as one of those fortunate ones who was there from day one when Thebe started his Kwaito career. And you know, I remember when they're working on his first album, Tempi Pusha, there's this song that will always have a special place in my heart. Diabu Akufili, my guy, thank you for appreciating your friends. Thank you for showing us love. You know, this hasn't stopped. It's always been like that. You know, I remember when I started my first job in Joburg, I didn't have a place to stay, and you gave me a place to stay. You know, my guy, and I appreciate you for that. And I've always said that countless times. I love you for who you are. I love you for your good heart. I love you for your love. I love you for loving your friends. I love you for loving your family. And I know you're crazy about them, my guy. And I pray that God gives you strength to continue and keep rocking, my guy. You know, I always say that, you know, you're one of those artists who will always have staying power. You know, you've been around since 1995 till to date, and you're still relevant, and you're still pushing, and you're still rocking, my guy. I love you, my guy. Bye.
Sure.
Man, that's my nigga there.
As well.
Jingly Swati. I love you too, boy. You know, it's Gorota Marata.
Sure.
But this recorded voice sounds shit. It sounds weird.
Yeah. As well.
No, hey, we come far from, but you know, what he says it resonates with. You know, sometimes like I read comments on social media and I get so emotional. Like you never think what you mean to people until they tell you. You know, and especially strangers. You know, when somebody just that outpouring, we need a lot more of that. You know, if we just share each other. Their love, you know, I think this world will be a better place, especially in these trying times. I mean, 1 year ago, you know. So,
And I mean, all we
yeah,
have is each other, you know, at the end of the day. And sometimes the friendship, if you have friendships that last for that long, Fetu, like you are
that's
blessed,
it. That's it.
you are blessed, especially for somebody in our industry. You meet a lot of
Yeah.
people, you know, it's easy for friends to come and go. It's easy to be like persuaded to fall, you know, into a trap, yaho, hanging around with people by long but
Trying to be in.
anyway. Yeah, trying to fit
Yeah.
in as well, you know. But if you have friends that you've been friends with for that long, I regard that as a blessing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it grounds you as well. I mean,
sure, sure.
because they can call you out when
Yeah.
wafana flop, and
Hmm.
we're friends like that. We call each other out.
Sure, sure. Just with regards to Spanish Sahaho that's coming up, I know you. Is it out the song that you did with Floyd? Floyd D.
No, we were supposed to go do the finishing touches, and the Corizi picked. So now everyone is paranoid,
Yeah.
to get into combined spaces, and so we put it on a break just a bit,
Mm.
But as soon as the dust settles, then we're gonna just do the finishing touches and put it out there.
Mm.
Yeah, so I want to be doing some features this year, but my main project is I want to do a legacy album, with a lot of features. I want, Q's Juke Joint, the album from Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
We did that. I want to do something like that.
Mm.
The full band and everything. And this is a legacy album. This we're doing it for us. We're doing good music.
Mm.
We're not doing for likes. and I believe people are gonna love it. Because we will include some old songs just re-recorded live and whatever. Just a feel good album. This is a thank you to the people that support that.
Yo,
right now, when you release an album and you think about the sales, because just put good music out there for the love or whatever. If you believe in it, the people will buy it.
And I think most importantly, what I'm looking forward to with regards to that album is the performances, because I can imagine if you've got a live band and it's you on stage, this could be like a super show,
I can picture it,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But I want to thank you firstly for sitting down, Len, and mare, like I think the biggest gratitude is for your music, because your music has carried people through a lot of dance periods, a lot of party periods, but how about the music you have? Like yesterday I did a post, what's your favorite THEBE song? And the amount of comments that I got, basically didn't see, but it's different songs. So mongole their own thing that they like about you or that they like most, and for me that's just a true reflection of a super artist that you have been. So I want to say thank you for your gifts. So reflects on its music.
Well, thank you for having me, man. This was fun. It's refreshing, kind of to go through, and it's just give me some art.
As well.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me, man. This was fun.
No, thank you, bro. Thank you. And guys, if you are watching this, thank you. Firstly, thank you for watching, and secondly, I want to say please comment in the comment section. Tag somebody who might want to watch this, who might like the interview, who might enjoy it, and most importantly, somebody who might learn from it as well. And please, let's share the video so more people can see the video. And let's grow this platform as much as possible. Tomorrow on the show I have Nandi Madida. I almost said Nandi Ngoma, but obviously she's married. Nandi Madida, media personality, also a singer, musician, but mostly like a brand, a formidable brand. Definitely, I want to learn a couple of stuff from her. So join us tomorrow morning 9 a.m. until 10. We do this Monday to Friday. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and let's remember to stay creative. Peace out.